Yo guys, what is going on? It is your Hicks here and welcome to my first time ever beating Sonic the Hedgehog 1. So as a lot of you know, I'm a super big Sonic the Hedgehog fan, and I have been playing his game literally all of my life. The game came out in 1991. I was born in 1999, and I think that Sonic was actually the very first game that I have ever played in my life. And that's what got me into gaming and everything like that. But for some reason, I just have never beat his game. I was always really bad at it, especially the platforming part. Even to this day, I am not a good platformer. I can play FPS games until there's no tomorrow, but platforming is absolutely awful. So I decided to buy Sonic Origins. Luckily, I got it for a pretty good deal because I was not paying $40 for the same games that I have already played and that I could probably play elsewhere with an emulator or something. So I just decided to go get it for a pretty good discount and just play through all of them because I've never beat any of the games that are on Sonic Origins. I've never beat Sonic 1, never beat Sonic 2, never beat Sonic 3, and I don't even think I've played Sonic CD ever. And those are supposedly the best games that you could play. So I decided to just go in and play it. As you can see, this was all done on stream in the background. I didn't decide to go for the Chaos Emeralds. You'll see that I actually go in and get a couple of them in Sonic 1, but this part I always struggled with while I was a kid as well. And I just wanted to do a complete playthrough. If I want to go back, I could go in and get the Chaos Emeralds, but in Sonic 1, I don't remember if they did anything or not. So I just decided to just skip them. I just wanted to beat the game and get the Sonic fan in me just out there. Being a big Sonic fan and not having beat this game is very sad. So as you can see, we've been on Green Hill for a little bit just while I've been talking and doing this introduction. Green Hill is just a classic, dude. There's no way that you don't know this one. And all the soundtrack in this game is an absolute banger. I personally think Sonic 2 has the best music, but that's a video for another day. You'll see a video for every single Sonic game that I play on here. But yeah, a lot of this, dude, was just nostalgia trip for me. And I hope it is to whoever is watching this video as well. It is just a huge nostalgia trip. I love this one. Green Hill Zone is pretty, casual. You know what it is. Marble Zone is where it gets kind of wild, dude. The soundtrack goes to 11. This soundtrack for this stage is just my absolute favorite. I get the most randomest death, and this is why I think I was frustrated at this game when I was a kid, because little me, I just wanted to win, dude. And Sonic was the most unforgiving game in the world, and I have no idea why. It was so insanely hard. I said this on stream. It has that Crash Bandicoot effect. Crash Bandicoot 1, if you guys have ever played that game is insanely hard for no reason. And I feel it's the same thing with this one. It is just really hard. The final boss is definitely a lot easier than Sonic 2, but the general gameplay is so much harder. The drop dash in Sonic Origins makes it so much better. Even still, it was pretty difficult. I just think I'm a really bad platformer. Put me on any shooter game and I'll destroy, but platforming games, this Mario, I'm absolutely terrible. Yeah, Marble Zone is definitely one of my favorites on this game. They absolutely killed it with the soundtrack, and the style of everything is just so good. Remembering this as a kid was insane. I made it through this level pretty easily. Since it's the second stage, I remember doing Green Hill Zone, the second stage, and the third stage a lot. But after that is where my memory absolutely boggled. I still died a couple times here and there, but second stage was pretty good. We'll go on to the third stage so I can see if I can explain a little bit more about what happens. And the boss from Marble Zone isn't too bad. I've done it a bunch of times as I was a kid, so it was pretty muscle memory to me. Now, Spring Yard Zone, I remember playing a lot as a kid as well, but this was the one that I always got stuck on. Not the stages itself, it was the boss, dude. I could never get past the boss as a kid because I would just always take so long to hit Eggman. And I'll show the boss on here as well because it's honestly pretty simple now doing it as an adult, but doing it as a kid, dude, oh, it was the most stressful thing in the world. But as always, dude, this freaking soundtrack is absolutely a banger. The map itself is absolutely a banger. Just, I don't know, man. This boss, I couldn't ever do correctly as a kid, and I do not know why. So I always stopped here. I never made it past the third stage because this one was just always too hard. I would get crushed by either the moving tiles that are happening on this one, or the boss would kill me, or something, dude. Luckily, I'm playing on anniversary mode, so even if I did die, it doesn't matter because I just wanted to get through the game and see what I was missing out. If I had lives, I would probably have made it past this, but I did die once or twice in this map, so that is kind of sad. Ooh, Labyrinth Zone. I hate this map. I hate it. I remember seeing it as a kid, and oh my god, the worst zone I have ever played. Even as an adult, the worst zone I have ever played. It is so bad. The first underwater level, and I'm pretty sure it's the only underwater level in this game. And man, oh, did I have a tough time on this one. Even like this playthrough, I think I died a good 3 or 4 or 5 times just because of the water. And a bubble wouldn't come up quick enough, or something stupid would happen where I'm moving too slow and the bubble is just not in my reach. It is awful. Soundtrack wise, it's not too bad. It's not one of my favorites, but it's not too bad. But oh my god, man, this map. And don't even get me started on the boss. Oh my god, I was struggling. I don't know if I'm just stupid or what, dude, but that boss was so annoying. But after I beat it, I was like, wait, why was I struggling so hard? Because it actually was really easy. So I don't know how I was struggling on the boss so hard. I just, like I said, very, very bad at platformers. I don't know what I did wrong, but oh my god, it was awful. If this is your favorite zone in Sonic 1, please play it again, and I promise you, you are not going to have a good time. Starlight Zone. These are starting to get to the stages that I have only seen after, like, in a speed run. I have never, like, physically played this zone myself personally. Like, the last zone I was able to play maybe once or twice as a kid, and I didn't get myself there. But this zone, never. I have never touched it. I don't even remember really like ever seeing this zone. It was all brand new to me. So this is where the game started getting really interesting for me again, because it was like I was playing a brand new Sonic game, and this one came out in 1991, and I have played basically every other like main Sonic title. So playing a zone that I have never really like ever played, but I played the game and saw it in speedruns a lot, like it was actually really, really cool. This zone honestly wasn't too hard. Nothing really special happened. It was a cool layout. It felt kind of repetitive, to be honest. So it's not my favorite zone, but the boss was pretty sick. The layout was all right. There was some repetitive parts here and there. Act 1 was very, very fast. It was a huge difference than Act 1 in the last zone. So I think Starlight is just like a zone that is telling you to kind of chill out after the stupid Labyrinth one. Because oh man, I will never stop talking about that Labyrinth zone. It is awful. The boss on this one was actually pretty cool. I started to get a feel down for it. I was trying to speed it up like how the speedrunners do, but I am not a speedrunner at all, so I just did it the slow way, just did the middle one the entire time and just went up and hit him. It worked out pretty good, beat the boss on my first try. It was an interesting design. I feel like we don't ever really get to see a boss like this in Sonic anymore, so it's a cool idea for sure. It's definitely very different than most bosses that we see in this franchise now. And then Scrap Brain, man. I feel like the ends of a Sonic game is very repetitive. I feel like they all have this same exact layout. Like, I swear you could put the last zone of Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 together, and they probably all look the exact same. I don't know what it is with like this whole metal-y kind of thing, but I'm not the biggest fan, but it was cool to play a brand new map to me personally. The map itself was kind of cool. I don't think I died too often. It just took a little bit of learning. And man, is this map unforgiving if you do not know your way around. Because this game, as you know, is all about speed. And if you don't know where you're going or what's going to be ahead, you could be going fast for about 3 seconds and you're going to hit something. It was very frustrating. But if I like knew the map and learned it had a pretty good flow to it, to be honest. The enemies or the electricity traps were really, really cool in this game. There's not a lot of like mechanical enemies. It's a lot of fire and electricity traps and trapdoors, which I honestly think was really, really cool. Not having to worry about those, but also having to, you know, maneuver your platform correctly. Like, it was kind of sick. It did annoy me sometimes that I was forced to go really slow and wait for a bunch of like fire or electricity to be coming through, but that's just because I had no map knowledge. I'm sure if like I played this and actually knew like what was going on or what I was going to be expecting next, this map would have been a lot better for me. But just because I'm technically a new player on this game, I had a bit of trouble, but it was still nonetheless very, very fun. You know, I was very surprised that this was the final stage. This game went really, really fast, but I kind of expected it, especially for Sonic 1. At that time, I feel like they weren't focused on making really, really long games, or I'm sure this was considered very long for the time being, but it was definitely a lot of fun, to be honest. The soundtrack in this game is just top tier. The bosses in this game are very top tier. The only thing that I had to complain of was Labyrinth Zone. Man, oh my, I could write you a freaking 20-page essay on why I will never play Labyrinth Zone again, and then I would still have more to say because I can't fit everything that I hate about it in 20 pages. It's just, if you like Labyrinth Zone, dude, just don't. Just don't. But the last boss, as I was saying, is actually really, really cool. It's very, very simple. It's essentially just wait for lasers, hit Dr. Eggman, wait for lasers again, and just do that continuously. It was honestly pretty easy. I think I ended up dying once in this, and when you guys watch my Sonic 2 video, you will not believe the amount of times that I died on that last boss fight. Something that is so easy, and that when I beat it, I wasn't even satisfied because of how easy it was, and I just could not beat it for some reason. But this game was very, very chill with the boss fight. It's like, you can literally see it in the background. I'm literally just looking for the bigger gaps, just jumping right through it and just waiting for Dr. Eggman. And that is like really it for that boss fight. It's cool, dude. I really, really enjoy it, to be honest. It was a cool boss fight. Definitely very, very good, especially for the first game. And man, am I happy to finally say that I have beat Sonic 1. So whenever someone asks me like, hey man, how was that final boss fight in Sonic 1? I'm just like, I don't know, man. I've never done that before. And then they say I'm a fake Sonic fan. Now I can say, hey, I beat the game, so you gotta get out of here now. I was very, very happy to beat it, and you get a cool little cutscene with Origins as well in the beginning and the end, so it was very, very nice to see. I am so glad that I bought this game because it very much satisfied the Sonic fan in me. But I hope you guys did enjoy. I will definitely be doing this for Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 as well. I'm very excited for Sonic 3 because I don't remember a lot of the maps in that one. But yeah, let me know if you guys want me to play Sonic CD as well, but I don't know if I will unless people actually want me to, because I don't really care about Sonic CD. But this has been Hicks. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you guys on the next one.